this bit here is a scrambly ridge, and with the snow and ice underfoot you would need ropes, so just be too dangerous. Oh, look at that view. Welcome back to another adventure. You join me in the beautiful Glen Shiel, and that is Loch Clooney just behind me, which looks absolutely stunning. And me and my pal are currently en route to the top of the first of 3 Munros for today. We're following along the shore of the loch pretty much to start off, and just look at these views behind me. Looking all the way down Glen Shiel. That's just stunning, and as you can see there's quite a lot of snow in the hills, and where we're heading is pretty much straight up there. Looks really steep, but yeah, I'm excited for this one. Let's do it. Just a light frosting on the trail, which makes it extremely slippy. Wow though. Genuinely, what a place. Loch Clooney is something else. You can see a dam just down the end there. And I think these are the hills we're heading on to. First droppings of snow for the season. Hopefully it's here to stay. Oh man, that is some view though. The temperature down on that Glen floor is, I think, -4 degrees Celsius. So you can imagine the higher we're going, the colder it's going to get. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a cold one tonight, that's for sure. I think the steepness of this trail definitely warm us up though. I think this is looking over to the South Glen Shiel Ridge. There's 7 Munros that sort of stretch along Glen Shiel over here, and I think they're about the same height as the ones we're doing today. And they are covered in snow. What a view that is. We have properly hit the snow line now, and it is eerily quiet. We're heading up in that direction to the first Munro, and look at that, absolutely stunning. I think that might be the second Munro just up there. Really nice corrie there, but this bit looks pretty steep. The gradient has really levelled out now, and we've not got too far to the first Munro. I think it's about half a mile just up there, and there are some pretty insane views and some really steep drops off the side here. Definitely need to be careful on the way up. But look at these views, incredible. And you can actually see the road just down there, so we've gained a lot of height but not come that far. Wow, what a view. And the second Munro is, I think, maybe that tallest one you can see just up there, but not too far from first Munro. Let's get up there. Oh yes, we arrived at the first Munro of the day. I want to say it's pronounced Carn Glusade, and it is 957 metres tall. And as you can see, that sun behind me is getting lower and lower in the sky. You really don't get a lot of light this time of year. So I think we're going to get a quick bite to eat and then head on to the next Munro. The views off in the distance are genuinely ridiculous. And look at this drop here. I would not want to fall down there. That's wild. Really cool though. And I think that might be the second Monroe, just up there, pretty much following that ridge along there. That looks absolutely insane. We can actually see Ben Nevis off in the distance. I feel like you can see it from just about every Monroe in Scotland. That looks pretty amazing. That sun being out is genuinely so nice. It's bitterly cold up here, maybe -5, -6. But as soon as that big yellow ball comes out, it just warms you up. Makes it a lot more pleasant. Snow's actually pretty deep at points up here, as you can see. Very deep. Tough going. Getting quite close to the second Monroe of the day. I think it's just up here somewhere. And the skies are just so blue. The views are amazing. That just looks like a postcard off in that direction. Oh yes. Ooh. Slippy. We have reached the top of the second Monroe of the day. And the views are absolutely amazing. It's barely cold up here and we don't have too much time to hang about. But it's an absolutely amazing viewpoint. I'm stood on top of this huge cairn and the view's off in this direction. Although it's hazy, it just looks so cool with the sun there. Just about to go behind that big band of clouds. That is stunning. And this is the direction we're heading. Oh, sorry, no, it's not. That's the direction we're heading. I think that's the third Monroe just there, and then we sort of come back, and then that ridge is what we're going to be following along tomorrow, and then that will be the fourth Monroe and the fifth Monroe of the trip. That ridge over there looks amazing. That should be really good tomorrow. But yeah, we'll head over to the third Monroe. You really don't get much time to hang about in the winter here in Scotland. We're back on the move again, and we've got, I think, about an hour until the sun sets. And once the sun sets, it'll get dark really quick. But as you can see, it's sort of dropped behind those clouds, and instantly it's bitterly cold. I've had to stick on an extra layer. But once we reach this next Monroe, I think we'll just backtrack a little bit and then try and find a spot to pitch our tents for the night. First we need to reach this final Monroe. So we're pretty much dropping down here, and I think that's there. That's it, sorry, just over there. And then we'll probably backtrack along here and try and find somewhere to camp. So yeah, let's do it before it's dark. We arrived at the final Monroe of the day at a height of 1,002 metres above sea level, and with the sun setting on the horizon, it felt like a special moment. We stayed at the summit for a while, taking it all in and soaking up the views, but soon enough we were dragged away by the thought of heading back along the ridge in search of a camp spot. What an amazing view that is. The sunset was about half an hour ago, so we're quickly losing the light, and we managed to find a nice flat spot, so the tents are up and looking good, sort of in between the third Monroe, which is over there, and then the second Monroe we did, which is back in that direction. And tomorrow we need to head over and do that one and that one there. But yeah, what an incredible view that is. Just going to chill and watch the sunset now. Well, that was a bit of a fail in attempting to melt some snow. It turns out the gas canister is so cold that the gas can't actually leave the canister. So yeah, just had to give up on the chance of a warm dinner. So on that note, I think I'm just going to head back to the tent because it is bitterly cold out here, and get warm, and I'll see you guys again in the morning. I headed back to the tent to wrap up warm, as I didn't know it at the time, but I was in for the coldest November night since 1998 in the Scottish Highlands. Well, good morning everyone. We have just left camp, just back down in that direction, and man, it's seriously cold this morning. We're heading back up the second Monroe we did, because it turns out those other two Monroes involve quite a bit of scrambling, and with the snow and ice underfoot you would need ropes, so just be too dangerous. But it got down to -8 Celsius last night, and I think it's pretty similar this morning, so seriously cold. So we're just retracing our steps back in this direction, and you've got the start of the sunrise off in this direction. Wow, look at that, that's incredible. And then the mountains all around us covered in snow, and those were the ones we were going to do just over there and there, but this bit here is a scrambly ridge. I mean, you can just tell it from this far away, so oh well, leave that for another day. For now we're making our way up here, and it is steep. Holy moly, that is an almighty cornice right there. Would not want to step on that, because that is quite the fall down there to that glen below. Oh, look at that view. This side of the Monroe is actually really steep and rocky, and it just means the views are insane. Wow, the glow of the sky, that is amazing. And we're sort of curving round to the right here. Looks like it might be a wee bit sketchy. Not a place you want to fall. Mental. I think I'll stick to the path. A couple of sketchy bits on the way down here. The snow just makes it so difficult because you don't really know where you're placing your feet. You just don't really have the same confidence that you have when there's no snow. But we're making good progress. We are just pretty much heading straight for Loch Cluny, which you can see down there. And I think there's quite a steep drop off the end of this, because it's not actually too far distance wise, but we're still pretty high up. Wow though, one last view of the sunrise. That's stunning. Right, let's get down to safety. Well, we have made it back down to Loch Cluny. You can probably see it just behind me there. which is where we started. So I think I'm going to end the video here. That was really enjoyable. The first snow of the season and the first proper wintry adventure. Hopefully many more to come. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. All that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time for another adventure.